Welcome to my channel Tech and Art. Hope you guys doing good. Today I'm going to discuss with you guys couple of common issues which is related with SQL Server Always On. Okay, so these two issues is very common, so we should aware on it actually. So before starting the session, I would request to each and everyone whoever newly joined on my channel, please like to subscribe and please visit the channel playlist SQL Server DBA. Okay, I think more than 150 videos which can help you all the day-to-day activities. I have covered couple of interview questions also, so which can help you. If you are getting help, don't forget to subscribe. Please do subscribe, and you can join the membership also through the join button. Okay, so let me start. So I'm going to talk about the existing always on setup. So one of the common issues which we are facing, the error, the database, the primary file group is full. This is very common issue. So what happened actually, one of the scenario I'm going to share with you guys. It's a newly SQL Server instance and a newly database added in a always on group actually. So whoever added on that database particular always on group actually didn't check the proper validation. Actually simply they added in database and they hand over to the application user. So whenever the application user hitting any query, they are getting the error, the space related error. So firstly, if you are seeing the dashboard, the always on dashboard, it looks green, no any issues, all database is synchronized. Okay, there's enough disk space also. If you see the disk space, there's enough disk space. Then where is the problem? While we are getting the the primary file group is full, even the simple insert query also getting the this kind of error. So when we check the database properties, and we can see here the database max size is limited. Okay, so whenever you add any database on a always on, make sure you should have a the required max setting of the space. Otherwise you can put it unlimited. Okay, and you can make a threshold alert. Okay, otherwise it will create a problem. If it is production, make sure you should do the validation before adding the database on an always on group, because if your database is in primary and your application user is getting this kind of issues, the space issues, that's also a timeout. Okay, so make sure your max size should be verified, either it's unlimited or either you can provide sufficient space based on the load analysis. So this is the issue for this particular error. Actually you need to change it max size. I'm not going to tell you how to change it. You can change it easily through the GUI and through the command also. Right click database and change the max size setting, unlimited or whatever the required space. So this error will resolve. And the second, it's also very common. I have shared one incident. So one of the new guy actually, he simply added a database, secondary database files and a particular database which is part of always on. So now what happened actually, it's getting failed. Why it's getting failed? I have covered the one separate session also, how to add a database file on always on. So actually basically what's happening, so whenever you configure the always on, try to keep the primary and secondary directory path is the same. If it is the same, your task is easier. Okay, so whenever you add any file on a primary, if directory is the same on a secondary also, so it will replicate immediately. There is no issue. If the directory is not same, suppose your primary having some XYZ directory and and on a secondary something ABCD. Okay, so if the path is not same, definitely it will fail. So what that guy did actually, he simply added on a primary and it's getting failed immediately after the log backups, it's getting failed. So make sure, try to keep the same directory on a primary and secondary while configuring the always on. If it is not possible, not there, not an issue. So make sure when you add the any file on existing always on, execute with these 5 steps. It will resolve. It will not fail actually. It will resolve easily. So what is the first step? Remove your database from the secondary replica. Once you remove the replica, the database will go in a restoring state. Okay, restoring state. Second is add a database file to your availability database on a primary replica. Now you can add a database file on a primary replica. Third is take a log backup of the availability database on a primary replica. Now fourth is copy this log backup to the secondary replica and restore it on a corresponding secondary replica using the no recovery and with move option. Okay, this is very important things. Now fifth is, now your task is done. Now you can add the database back to the AG. So these 5 steps need to execute whenever you try to add any secondary database file on an existing always on setup database. It will resolve your issue. Don't go and blindly add the database file on a primary. If path will be not same on a secondary, definitely it will fail. You will get the database failure issues. Your always on will be not in sync actually. Okay, so make sure you got the point how to add any database secondary, any log file, any database files on a always on setup database. Hope got it. In the next video I will come with another same kind of issues, and very soon I will start the labs also for the same. Thank you.